And here we are. The GTA 6 situation is somehow getting worse and worse at this point. First, it started off honestly innocently. It was just the CEO caught in a bunch of lies that people knew that were bad. Then it turned into blatant fears about wokeness, $100 price tag, and honestly, the price tag is even the lowest thing here. Even though I personally hate it, and I bet all of you also hate it, obviously. The CEO coming out and saying, oh, the developers can't be mean to certain groups of people, which was a massive red flag. The fact that Lucy is a single mother and, our main male protagonist is a good little cucky, that's all hilarious, honestly, in my opinion. The map looks way too small currently, judging by the project, and the project previously was extremely right. And, well, the Pride Parades, needless to say, which turned out to be probably fake, but we cannot be certain, obviously. And now this. Now this. The fact that GTA 6 is going to be always online. There's probably not even going to be a true offline way to play the game. And how do we know this? Well, because the newest leak about GTA 6 involves the fact that there's not going to be a physical copy. Or at least not going to be physical copy in the first months, which means that they want everyone to download it and play it online as an online component. It's very rare, honestly, that AAA games already give you an actual offline mode to play with, but GTA 6 seemingly, obviously, is going to take those shortcuts really seriously because they need that money, okay? Oh boy, man, this is going to be something.
GTA 6 just got another massive leak that might change how many of us will be playing this game on day one. According to a brand new leak, physical copies of Grand Theft Auto 6 might be delayed, forcing millions of players to choose between playing this game immediately via digital or waiting weeks or even months for the disc version. Is this just a minor logistical hiccup, or is it a calculated strategy to double dip and maximize revenue? Now, the same leaker who talked about this delay of the physical
I'm pretty sure we all know which one it is.
Editions are also mentioning that mid-February could be a critical window for the next massive news drop. So jumping straight into the news that has the entire community talking, according to a new report stemming from the gaming outlet PPE that has been also circulated, widely on GTA forums as well as Reddit, well, they claim that several major retailers have received preliminary information suggesting a delay for the physical copies of GTA 6. Now, typically whenever you hear the word delay, it usually means the entire game is pushed back, but this leak is pretty specific. It suggests that the game itself will launch as intended on its digital release date, but the box copies, well, those things are not going to be on shelves at the same time, which, if this is true, this is a massive shift. Like, for decades, the midnight launch at GameStop and Best Buy was a cultural ritual for Grand Theft Auto, for Call of Duty, Borderlands, as well as like console releases. This right here was sacred.
Mentioning Borderlands, oof.
Back in the day, I miss standing in line with my receipt in hand, talking to other fans, having my brother there, sometimes my dad there for the COD launch, and just experiencing the entire midnight launch. That was a part of the experience. Like, whenever a game comes out, if it was significant enough back in the day, we would go midnight launch and just wait there, like usually 2 hours early, sometimes 3 or 4 hours depending on the release, and just be a part of that midnight launch experience. And if Rockstar kills the day one physical launch, they are effectively killing an era of gaming culture, which is really sad.
They are gonna do it. They want 100% to make sure that you try the online component. This is something I have not had the ability to talk about previously, but I definitely do think that the GTA 6 is gonna do everything it can to force people into at least trying online. There's gonna be something. I think they actually could even release standalone DLCs for storylines that kind of force you to go online and do stuff. That I think is also a possibility, because I think Rockstar is done not making all of the money. Okay, Shotcard's already made a lot of money, but I think they understand that they can make a lot more money with how people are excited for this. And most likely they understand that a lot of people are not even going to try online. They just are interested, like me personally, in the GTA 6 story and single player in general. And I think that's a giant no-no for Rockstar, and they're going to do everything they can to force the online portion of the game onto us.
Real quick, guys, this video is sponsored by the Pendragon Cycle. You guys know
I literally could not care less.
for in this video.
Also, just from this, this is AI slop.
But we do have to, like, you know, take things into consideration and look at the source and their logic. Retailers are the first to know about logistics whenever it comes to, you know, planning shelf space, warehousing, and, you know, embargo information and all that fun stuff. If they're hearing do not expect inventory on launch day, that right there is a smoke signal, a bat signal that unfortunately I don't think we could ignore. And in the year 2026, it's a move that makes a lot of business sense for Take-Two Interactive. So why would they do something like this? Why anger the loyal fan base that wants physical copies of all of their games?
Because they already have angered us and nothing happened.
Well, the first and most cynical reason is the double dip. We've seen Rockstar do this before, but it usually, you know, is across platforms. They sold us GTA 5 on PS3 and Xbox 360, and then they sold it to us again on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and then again on PC, and then again on PS5, and on, you know, Xbox Series X and S. They are masters of getting you to buy the same game multiple times. But them doing a digital versus physical double dip on the same console generation is just another level of greed that I did not expect from them. And again, frankly, it's brilliant. So just kind of imagine this scenario real quick, okay? It's launch day or like the day before launch. The hype is at the all-time high. Every streamer on the planet is playing GTA 6. Your friends are online in Vice City playing it. But you are a physical copy owner. You wanted the physical collector's edition of the game, but the retailer says it won't arrive for 2 weeks. Are you really gonna sit there and not play the biggest entertainment product of all time for 14 days just to have a piece of plastic? The answer is most likely not. The FOMO is at an all.
We already know the answer is no. And how do we... I can bet all my money on this, by the way. I am 100% certain. I'm not actually that type of person. But we saw this happen with Diablo 4. Yes. Diablo 4, everyone pre-ordered. And the people who didn't pre-order broke after one day of the game being out. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it goes. Sad. So we know that GTA 6, if the box copy does not ship day one, people are gonna buy it day one anyway, and then they're gonna double dip it, which is gonna be crazy. But again, I personally think this is just gonna be to get people to play online. But you know, it's double dipping either way you slice it, though.
Time high. You are trying to get into this game. You do not want to wait 2 weeks. You are most likely going to break. You're going to buy the digital copy for $70, or in this case, probably $80 just to play the game now. And then because you're a collector and a super fan and love GTA 6 and Rockstar, you're likely still going to buy the physical copy when it comes out later because you want the collector's edition. You want the map, the box art for your shelf, the steelbook, and, you know, the satisfaction of having the entire video game on the disc itself. Well, Rockstar just sold you 2 copies of the same game, and guess what? You're gonna like it because you're a big doofus and you want the physical copy, and you have the right to want that. But also the FOMO is just hitting so crazy that you can't resist, which honestly, this strategy effectively transfers the profit margin from the retailer, GameStop, Amazon, and all those other companies directly to Rockstar, Sony, and Microsoft. On a digital sale, they keep 70 to 100% of the revenue, whereas on a physical sale, they lose out a chunk of marketing, shipping, and the retailer's cut. So by them forcing digital first, they are basically increasing their profit margins by billions of dollars overnight. And you know what? Can you blame Rockstar? Because I personally can't. But also, if we have to wait like months before the physical copies come out, I will be very upset. It better be a situation where it's like at the maximum time we have to wait, it's like 2 weeks. But if it's anything more than that, I just do not understand it. Now, another one of the reasons that does make a lot of sense for especially the developers and for all of us who love the story aspect of this game are for the leaks. Now, we all remember the leaks back in the day. Remember the massive one from September 2022, which was a hack? We remember the trailer leaking early. Rockstar is paranoid, and rightfully so. The biggest source of leaks in the final weeks before a game launches is always in the supply chain. Some kid in a warehouse in France steals a copy, a mom and pop shop in Brazil breaks the street date, or some dude in Utah somehow is able to swindle a GameStop employee from giving them a copy early and then sells it 3 days.
All of those things have happened, by the way, except the thing in Utah. I'm not sure about that, but those other things have actually happened.
days earlier, and then boom, suddenly the ending of the game is on TikTok before the developers even had a chance to do their launch party, and before all of us have our chance to, you know, actually play the game in general. By them delaying the physical copies, you're basically eliminating that risk entirely. If there are no discs in the wild, there are no street.
Listen, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't care what happens with GTA 6. America will never culturally recover from the impact that GTA 6 is going to have on it. Okay? GTA 6 is going to actually destroy America, and it's going to be hilarious.
It's to break, and if the only way to play the game at launch is
This is going to ruin a generation of people who already did not have a lot of shots in life.
the digital download that is, you know, encrypted and locked until the server creates the, you know, unlock key, well, then nobody plays it early. Well, except all the people that take a flight to New Zealand to play the game early, which honestly, I think they should do a global launch for the launch. Like, there shouldn't be a staggered launch depending on the region. It should be a one singular launch so that nobody gets to play the game early. No one has to wait hours to, you know, be able to unlock their game. No one has to set up PlayStation accounts in New Zealand just so they don't get the game spoiled. Rockstar controls the narrative 100%.
Yeah, that would be nice, but that's probably not happening because it's hype. It's obviously hype. Well, what can I say? Whatever. That was West Nemo, 10 out of 10. Bye.